Mr. Karel Roessingh on piano and Kelby MacNayr on drums. Our little Celebrate duo here today. All right, well, welcome everyone to another Celebrate Sunday here at VTC. It's nice to see a lot of people 2 days in a row after New Thought Merriment last night. So how about we get our little Sunday morning party started? I'm going to invite those who would like to stand up, move your bodies a bit. We're going to sing our opening tune. And if we could get the first lyric slide, please, that would be fabulous. Thank you. So you guys know what to do. You guys are the red. You're singing along with Kelby. It's call and response. And we're going to celebrate our love right now. Time to move, time to clap, time to shake it out. All right, here we go. I celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Woo! It returns to me, multiplied abundantly. Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy. Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy. Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy. Celebrate my joy right now. I celebrate my joy. Woo! And it returns to me. How much? Multiplied abundantly. Celebration. It's across the nation. It's a love vibration around the world and beyond. Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift. Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift. Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift. Celebrate my gift right now. I celebrate my gift. Woo! And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. All right, go ahead and say hello to your neighbor. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Celebrate my love right now. I celebrate my love. Celebrate my love right now. And then what happens? It returns to me, multiplied abundantly. All right, welcome to Celebrate, everybody. Woo! Mr. Karel Roessingh on piano, Kelby MacNayr vocals and drums, and the VTC Community Choir in the seats. Give yourselves another hand, please. I feel like maybe you guys want to love each other a bit more. All right, so I am going to hold on to this mic. I'm going to switch mics a bit. Okay, so welcome everyone to Celebrate. All the faces that I'm seeing here, I have seen before. So no new people to welcome, but let's remember why it is that we are here. What? No, Danny's been here before. We welcomed Danny with so much love a couple of weeks ago because he had actually been here even before that. Yeah, so welcome back, Danny. Thanks for being here with us. So here we are with Danny, with Winnie, with everybody else who's here in person, online. We are here to celebrate the love that we truly are. And we do that because in New Thought we teach there's only one thing going on. And quite often here at VTC, we call that one thing love. Whether love works for you, whether another word works for you, call it whatever it is that works, because we are here to not just remember that there's only one thing going on, we are here to fully embrace and embody that thing. So whether it is love, whether it is creativity, spirit, source, God, the quantum field, divine energetic flow, whatever it is, we are here to amplify that because we are in community together. So we're showing up as love, we're showing up as creativity, we're showing up and expressing as source, we're experiencing it together, we're recognizing it and amplifying it in each other, and the more we do that, the more that ripples out into the world. And that can only cause more good, right? So how does that sound on a Celebrate Sunday here at VTC? Fantastic. And so let us also remember where it is that we are doing this celebrating, that we are gathering here in the shared spirit of harmony, respect, and love. We are here on Lekwungen territorial land. And what a blessing and a gift it is to be here right now in this incredible, amazing, brand spanking new now moment, together in community on these sacred lands that have been revered so beautifully, so intentionally for so long. All right, and so now is an opportunity for us to tune in. And as a reminder, this is a mashup of 3 different things: a song that I heard at a live event in Nashville in February, and then a poem that VTC member Bonnie Stone wrote that is called A World, and then some lyrics that I added based on Bonnie's poem to go with the bit of the song from Nashville. So if you would like to sing along, that's great. If you would like to just close your eyes and receive, that's great. And we'll see what happens in the room as everybody just tunes in to whatever it is that is alive and well and active in you right here, right now, knowing that whatever it is, at the very core of it is pure essential love. I'm not alone, 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 I'm not alone. I imagine a world full of love and light. Conversations are easy and beauty surrounds. Expression is welcome and hands are held, saying hi, bringing joy as we go around. You're not alone, 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 you're not alone. Bring your light, bring your joy, bring your laughter and gifts, place my hand on my heart as I stand with my feet firmly on the ground beneath me, as I allow myself to be enveloped and embraced by everyone and everything in this room. I know and trust and feel I am never alone. And as I know this profound and essential truth for myself, I know it for everyone and everything here, whether in person, online, now, or whenever. And so I am knowing that this truth, this profundity, this awareness that is always, always present is this guiding force, this guiding light, this divine GPS that reminds us that whenever it is that it may seem otherwise, we indeed are never alone. So for all of the love, for all of the connection, for the infinite possibilities of all the divine intertwinglement that is yet to come, I know that today, Celebrate Sunday, is this incredible, amazing opportunity to lean in and open up to community, to connection, to togetherness. And as we do, we concretize and we affirm that I am never alone, you are never alone, we are never alone, for there is only one. So with deep gratitude and appreciation, with such tenderness and compassion, with such joy in my heart and a smile on my face, I release my word as law, calling our Celebrate time together so good, so filled with love and enthusiasm and joy, celebrating we are never alone. So I release, I let go, as we all affirm, and so it is. I imagine a world full of love and light. Conversations are easy and beauty surrounds. Expression is welcome and hands are held, saying hi, bringing joy as we go around. I'm not alone, 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 I'm not alone. Bring your light, bring your joy, bring your laughter and gifts, bring your love and your magic, your power, your worth. Let's imagine a world where we care and grow as we nurture each other and our Mother Earth. You're not alone, 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 we're 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 not alone. So let's just hang out in that frequency of connection and togetherness and oneness just a little bit longer, with a little bit more intention, allowing ourselves the opportunity to leverage that amplified love and awareness and bring into our mind's eye and into our hearts someone we know could use some spiritual support, some affirmative prayer, the power of intention. And as we hold them in our hearts individually, let us know that no matter what is going on or being experienced, that we are all knowing the wholeness, allness, and wellness of our beloveds. And as we do so individually, because there is only one thing going on, we can only know it for everyone. So let us hold the knowing that everyone we are holding is happy, peaceful, well, and at ease. I invite us all to receive a beautiful cleansing breath in and release. Gently opening your eyes if you haven't done so already. Thank you for your consciousness. Thank you for your presence. We're not alone. All right, switching gears. Our theme for the month is relatability. And our statement, our affirmation to go with this theme is, we welcome and inspire community with enthusiasm and joy. And so because this is our last Sunday, where this is our theme with this affirmation, I would actually like to invite us all to say this together. You can stand if you wish, you don't have to, but I just invite you to find whatever it is that is just genuinely there for you when you consider this. How this might be informing your life, the invitation that maybe is feeling like it's being extended, whatever it is that is going on for you. And let's just receive a big breath in and declare, we welcome and inspire community with enthusiasm and joy. Lovely, thank you. So we have time for one or two brief shares if someone has something that they would like to share into community about this theme, about this affirmation, and knowing that, I don't know, a third of us were at New Thought Merriment last night where there was a lot of enthusiasm and joy. I know that I'm still feeling the afterglow of that event. So if there is someone who would like to offer something into community, I have the mic at the ready. Winnie. One of the performers from last night.
Thank you, Lesia. I was going to speak about last night. It was really lovely to be there. It was a community event with 4 churches that showed up for that event at the, I guess it's the Home of Unity on Fort Street. And I have to say, I was really tired that day. I'd had a full day, and I showed up at 6 o'clock and I felt this need to just come, but I also thought I'm going to have to leave early. And what I noticed was being in community energized me, and it was lovely to meet new people and to be just to have community, and then to enjoy the what's it called, the talent show, especially Glenn, who's at the back right now. Glenn did an amazing, good performance that was just mind-blowing. It was really, really fun to watch, and to see his creativity was all there, and in many ways, and I really enjoyed that. And I loved the singing and all sorts of things, and then it was time for me to get up and perform, and I was not prepared. The song I was going to play on the flute, I didn't have with me, so I had to figure something out quickly. And then when I was introduced, that's what started the performance for me. I didn't realize that Patricia Zogar, am I saying it right? She knew me from 30 years ago in my other capacity, and introduced me that way, which sort of made me think, oh. But I was also inspired by a woman who was 93 who spoke, her name is Janet, and she shared about memorizing something when she was 12 and then reciting that poem. That is, I think that's 80 years later. So that was really, really exciting too. And last thing I want to say about this community that I'm in, I feel very grateful for all of you, because when I was greeting all of you, it was just the warmth coming from everybody was terrific, without exception. So just really lovely to be in this community. I'm really happy we're all here. Look forward to our next time together.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Winnie. Thank you. Are you lifting your hand for someone else? Ava, come on up.
What I took from yesterday was, and I told Debbie, and she just reminded me, that I mean, there's these communities, right? And I feel divided. Like if I come here, then I feel like, oh, what about my, all that. And yesterday, what happened was the unity. You know, I mean, I'm using another word, but it was that. It was, and then I thought, okay, instead of thinking about it as divisions, like I'm thinking we're all in this big school. And I often have these dreams about this big school. And there's all these classes, right? And of course, if you choose class A, you're going to miss out on B. But you don't really, because we're all in the same school.
Nice. Thank you, Ava. Amazing. Thank you. Beautiful shares coming out of a beautiful evening where, yes, we came together in community as one and celebrated life. Gentlemen, you can go ahead and have a seat. There's no music for a little bit. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about last night. So first of all, show of hands. Who was here, or who was at New Thought Merriment last night? Yeah, about like a third of the people here today, sort of half or whatever, right? And it was an event that was put on by our friends at Unity Vancouver Island. And it took place at the Lutheran church that they have their Sunday services at. And it was about bringing all of the New Thought and any New Thought adjacent communities together so that we could hang out together. And so we had our potluck dinner. Everybody brought, there was so much food. And then there was a talent show. And we had Winnie, and there was Glenn, and there was Reverend Joanna, who did a John Cleese skit, one-person thing. And then so many others from Unity, and I think a handful of people from the Church of Truth. And there were probably about, 60, 70 people there. And so it was a really good crowd. And talk about welcoming and inspiring enthusiasm and joy in community. That's what last night was about. And so what I want to start off with is, actually, I need the clicker, please, Leslie, if you could bring it up. Is Glenn was one of the, I think he was the second person to go. And he almost had like a 3-in-1 situation going on, because he did a play on words that was a bit of an experiential. Then he told us about this fun that he had with AI. And then he did this sort of like beatnik poem about New Thought. And so it kind of got me thinking about all of the times that I use AI and the experiences that I have. I've been using ChatGPT mostly for almost 4 years now, and more recently, just on a regular basis. I don't use it a lot, but I use it to help me to save time when I'm doing things. And it never ceases to amaze me how it can get stuff wrong, and how it just, thinks that it's like, yep, this is the greatest thing on earth, or this is exactly what you want, and then, what? That's not what I asked for. That's not what I said. But it got me thinking about Glenn's offering yesterday, because his offering with AI was he wanted to create a poster or an image of a musical band that was kind of a cool jazz band in a smoky basement lounge that included, and correct me if I'm wrong here, Ralph Waldo Emerson on upright bass, Neville Goddard on guitar, Myrtle Fillmore as the smoking hot, in a slinky dress vocalist. Then on the drums was Charles Fillmore, and on the piano, Ernest Holmes. So these are all New Thought biggies. And what was so interesting was he gave all these prompts to AI, and the pictures, the images that it came out with was like, this looks like nothing like these people look like. And it has access to all of this information all over the internet that it can grab from, right? And like plunk it in there. So he gave it some more prompts, and then, maybe a little bit better, but still, like some people were of the wrong race, and it was just ridiculous. Give someone a goatee, and something else completely happens. And so eventually he got to where he showed us this image, and what he ended up doing was, instead of having Myrtle Fillmore as the lead singer, he said, you know what, how about having Johnny Coleman as the lead singer? Johnny Coleman is the founder of Universal Foundations for Better Living, which is also under the New Thought umbrella.
And so this is the image that AI worked up for him. Now that's a pretty cool image. Not everybody, I think the closest person for me there is probably on the piano. It could be like a heavier Ernest Holmes, right? But anybody else is like, I don't know. But anyway, it was really interesting that after 4 or 5 tries, this is what AI came up with. So last night, as I'm thinking about this beautiful evening that we had together, as I close off my computer, all of a sudden there's Facebook, and then there's this thing that comes up, and it's this prompt that people are starting to put into Facebook to get ChatGPT to draw this sketchy kind of thing of you. So the prompt is, please draw the character in the image, you put your name in, so I put Rev.Lesia, in a free and stripped sketch style on a bright white background, freely distribute full body drawings, face close-ups, small scribbles, full body sketches, chibi deformed versions, blah, blah, blah. It goes on and on. I don't even know what some of this stuff is. And then it says, use everything ChatGPT knows about me from our conversations, including my personality, habits, strengths, quirks, profession, and overall vibe, to imagine how an illustrator would interpret me as a character. Okay? I've been using ChatGPT for 4 years, okay? We've had plenty of conversations. I have corrected it so many times. There's a lot of me on the internet. And so it's incredible, the spitting image that it came up with for me. Okay? But like, I looked at this person, I'm like, are you kidding me? But come on, she is smoking hot. She is beautiful. Like, I would want to hang out with her. I would want to take a class with her. I would want to breathe with her. And so I'm like, okay, but come on. Like, she's not even the right skin tone, right? She's probably in her mid-30s to early 40s. She looks phenomenal, but clearly that's not me, right? Or is it, because this is according to ChatGPT, right? Anyway. So I try and give it some more prompts to like narrow it down and correct it, whatever. It spits out another thing, and again, it's this reverend. And I'm like, is there a Rev.Lesia like out there that I don't know about that is maybe this person? But then I'm like, no. Okay, like really, just expand your search. Like look at all the social media platforms, and you know what? Here's a photo of me, right? Here's a photo. I put a photo in so that I could give it a little bit of help. And so finally, this is what it came out with, right? And so as I'm looking, like there's the full one is on the left-hand side there, and then I just zoomed out because there's so many scribbles and so many captions and stuff in there. But, you know, like breath, strength, spirit, all connected. I help people come home to themselves. Of course, there's all the like, you know, strength training and everything on there, which I love. There's a heart in there, which the other woman didn't have. And then it's just like, I don't know, it was so neat to see myself in all of these different sort of caricatures, but still to have the essence of it in there. And so it got me wondering, you know, like, okay, ChatGPT got all of these prompts, it has access to all of this information, and yet it still spit something out that was based on something that was completely different from what I expected. And what it reminded me of is on Thursday nights right now, we've relaunched Elevate, and one of the new components of Elevate is we're following a book. And the book that we're following for the next couple of months is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. And in that book, the main character, the boy, is who's a shepherd, 19 years old, from Spain, is going on an adventure, realizes very early on in the book that there's so much more to life than what he knew with his simple little life that he really, really appreciated and kind of knew how everything was going to unfold. But then this dream occurs and he meets some people and all of a sudden, you know, life just takes a turn. And at one point, he's somewhere, and I forget the context right now because I had to kind of speed read through the book to find the quote that I wanted. But at one point, he realizes as he's having an experience, he says, I'm like everyone else. I see the world in terms of what I would like to see happen, not what actually does. And it made me think of how often do we go through life seeing what we would like to see or thinking in terms of what we would like to see, rather than what actually, truly, genuinely is. And here, I'm just going to ask you to come with me on this little ride, because what I'm getting at here is, I'm not talking about ignore the stuff that's going on in the world, ignore the stuff, the feelings, the thoughts that the experiences that you're having in your body, in your life, in your relationships. What I'm talking about is that That's all external stuff, which is not to be dismissed and not to be ignored. But there is so much more beyond that external stuff, beyond those thoughts, beyond those feelings, beyond those experiences. There's who and what we truly are at our core, right? But we so often can get caught up in all of that external stuff, and then that becomes our lens for how we view the world, for how we experience the world, for the kinds of relationships that we have. And so, I thought, well, ChatGPT knows what ChatGPT knows, and it doesn't necessarily know how to correlate stuff. It doesn't necessarily know how to interpret stuff. And so it has a lens. It has its own worldview. And through that worldview, I came out looking like that, right? Which is not a bad thing. And because, from a quantum perspective, infinite potentiality, well, what's not to say that's me in like a gazillion different realities and potentialities, right? And yet, the experience that I'm having right now, the form that I am inhabiting, that I am expressing through and as right now, more like this. And so it really is about perspective. It really is about what is the lens, what is the worldview that we are holding that is either supporting us living more fully as the love we are, the creativity we are, the infinite potentiality we are, or is this lens or worldview limiting us to experience more of what we can actually be, or the love that is expressing in gazillions of unique ways, like Reverend Blenda, like Winnie, like this beautiful sanctuary here, like our time together. What is getting in the way? And it all comes down to us. Our thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, the stories that we tell, all of our experiences, everything that has gotten us to where we are in this moment is part and parcel of our view, our worldview, our lens through which we perceive and receive our world. And so is that lens cloudy? Is that lens fragmented? Is that lens discolored in some way? Or is that lens crystal clear? Is there a lens at all? So my invitation to you is, as you navigate life, as you move through your day, through your relationship, to really, really tune into and notice, how am I showing up? And what is the worldview or the lens through which I am experiencing life? Now, going back to last night, Winnie already mentioned Janet Johnson, who some of you may know. She is a long time Unity member, and I got to know her pretty well when I worked for Unity Victoria for a year and a half, still on Pandora. And she's one of my favorite people that I met at Unity. She is a dynamo, and she got up and recited 2 poems yesterday. She is 93 years old. She's come here a few times on a Sunday, but goes to Unity more often. She's 93 years old, and she recited a poem that she learned when she was 12 years old, and this is the poem. I'd never heard it before. It's quite famous, apparently, but I'd never heard it. But here it is. It is attributed to the ancient Indian poet and playwright Kalidasa, and it's translated from Sanskrit. It's called Salutation to the Dawn. Look to this day, for it is life, the very life of life. In its brief course lie all the verities and realities of your existence, the bliss of growth, the glory of action, the splendor of beauty. For yesterday is but a dream, and tomorrow only a vision. But today well lived makes every yesterday a dream of happiness, and every tomorrow a vision of hope. Look well, therefore, to this day. Such is the salutation of the dawn. And so when I heard this poem, it just blew my heart open, because this is such an invitation to be so fully present to each now moment. Not just like the day in a 24-hour period, but every single moment of our lives, right? And the more we do that, then the more intentionally we can show up in life. And chances are, the more intentionally we start to show up, the more we show up as the love we are, as that infinite potentiality we are, as that creativity that we are. And so this morning, as I was getting ready, there's a little calendar on our kitchen sink that Stephanie Rabbers, BTC member, board member, friend, gave me for Christmas. It's by Louise Hay, and there's a little thing every single day. And today's quote is, "I take time during the day to meditate, daydream, and quiet my mind. I feel newly energized after these periods of restfulness." And so this is how we can more fully express, how we can look to this day more better, I suppose, every single moment of every single day. Now, it also got me thinking about these bizarro AI situations and the graphics that it gave me, and then I thought, okay, you know what I want to do? I want it to create a character for life as it truly is, okay? Not me, but like life as it truly is. I'm talking oneness, non-duality, new thought principles, whatever. Didn't want to give it too many prompts because I wanted to see what it would come up with. And then this is what it came up with. So I know this is very busy for you guys to see. The full one is on the left, but life as it truly is, according to ChatGPT, all is one is love, love is all. It's about essential love, oneness, non-duality, new thought principles. It is practical, powerful, and transformative. And then there's some stuff about breath work, about divine circulation, about giving, receiving, flowing, growing together. And it's all about oneness and being together in community. And I thought, okay, I accept that. I can get behind that. So the title of my talk today is Living Life as It Truly Is. So my invitation to us all is, just like this little quote, this little reminder, this little invitation or call to action from Louise Hay, the more we take time to meditate, daydream, and quiet our mind, the more clearly we can see ourselves as the pure, essential love we truly are. The more anchored we are in our truth, the more authentically we can live life as it truly is, rather than how we might see it at any given moment. Thank you, and so it is. So now is an opportunity to unpack some of that if you would like to. So if you would like to sit around a table or in a little group, 2, 3, 4 people, and have a little bit of conscious connection through conversation, now's the time to do it. If that's not something you want to do, that's totally okay. Feel free to go for a walk, make some tea, go outside, get some sun on your skin, and I will ding the meditation bowl when it's time to come back. Thank you. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. All right, everyone, come on back from your conscious conversations, from your connecting. As people are returning to formation, I'm going to hand out the You Are Beautiful blessing box. Take one and pass it on. There you go, Dean. All right, and as everyone's coming back, just a few announcements to go through. There are always in-house events happening at VTC. If you want to check any of them out, if you're not attending some of them, then just go to the events page on the website, click on whatever, and you will get all the information there. There are also community at large events that are happening here on a pretty regular basis, and a lot of them are open to the public. So if you want to know what else is happening and what other communities are spending some time in the VTC sanctuary, again, go to the events page. It is the best place to find out what's going on and when. Speaking of, today at 12:15 to 1 p.m. downstairs in the counseling room, Reverend Carolyn and I are hosting a healing circle. And so if you or someone you know is in need of prayer, I invite you to fill out one of the prayer request forms. And my apologies, I needed to print more. So there's some blank papers there, but just write down your prayer request on that form, put it in the little butterfly box, and all of those prayers and requests will come into our healing circle today. Happening later on tonight, there is a free event at the UVic, Multi-Faith Center. It is a film called Who Do You Think You Are, which was nominated for Best Documentary at the Montreal Independent Film Festival last year. The filmmakers are going to be present for a Q&A, and I think there are going to be some small discussion groups after the movie. The movie itself is only an hour long. The doors open at 6:30. The movie starts at 6:45. I'm thinking it'll probably be over by 8:30 at the latest. But I'm going. I know that Winnie is going.
And if anyone would like a ride from James Bay.
If anyone would like a ride from James Bay, hit Winnie up. She can get you there.
I'll pick you up and bring you.
All right. I think a few more people from our community are going. I am announcing this because it's a cool thing to go to, but also because I'm a board member with the Victoria Multi-Faith Society, and we are co-hosting this event. So that's happening tonight. Elevate, again, has switched from Wednesday to Thursday. We relaunched at the beginning of this month. It has a whole new vibe, a whole new flow. Still Pablo, Peter, and Kelby, our Elevate trio here every single Thursday night. And it has been amazing the last 3 Thursdays. And so if you came before, I encourage you to come again because it's a very different experience now. There is so much more music. There is so much more connectivity in the flow. And one of the other new things that we are doing is we are following a book for a few months. And as I mentioned before, the book that we're doing right now is The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. It's one of my favorite stories, and it's just such a delight to have some people following along, bringing their books, writing little notes down and stuff. And of course, you get to unpack it in Conscious Connection. So, yep. And then, last year, we had a beautiful summer solstice reset here. I was joined by Becky Willis in the middle there, who is a Reiki master, and by Illyria Kendall, who is a beautiful energy light worker, sound healer who comes with their array of crystal bowls and chimes and all sorts of things, the most ethereal angelic voice. And we are coming together again for a collaboration of 90 breathwork, Reiki, and a sound bath on the longest day of the year. And so we did sell out last year. I expect that we're going to sell out again. We already have a few people lined up for tickets. So if you would like to come, please let me know. Saturday, June 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. here in the sanctuary. Next, coming up in September, our friends at CSL Nanaimo, that's Reverend Amanda Pope and her husband Derek Hinchcliffe. They are putting on the Canadian New Thought Conference this year, which hasn't happened for a couple of years. And it is about resilience in times of uncertainty from September 18th to the 20th. We would love to see as many of us there as can go. It's going to be an experiential weekend. There are 3 big keynote speakers who are coming, musician and powerhouse Amy Bishop, Monique Gray-Smith, and former CBC journalist Todd Maffin. And it's just going to be a really great opportunity to immerse ourselves in new thought principles, some workshops, hear some talks, have a super amazing fun time with Amy Bishop on the Saturday night. And just remember who we are and anchor ourselves in community with that. Okay, Winnie has a community announcement.
There is talent show from 5 till 8 at the Church of Truth this Friday night. It's an open mic for people to come and exhibit their talents from New Thought communities.
Amazing. Thank you very much. Awesome, awesome. There will be a lot more stuff coming up in June and July that we're going to promote. So stay tuned. But again, if you want to know about anything, best place to go is the events page on our website.
Is that talent show on there?
No, because only our stuff is on our website. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you have Mike. Great.
Let folks know that we started a matinee concert series in James Bay at the James Bay United Church. And today, if you're looking for something to do at 2 o'clock, there's a wonderful quintet playing the music of Django Reinhardt and Stefan Grappelli and associated stuff with a wonderful violinist and guitarist from 2 o'clock until 3:30ish, and it's admission by donation, James Bay United.
Karel, yep, go ahead. Here, take this so people online can hear you too.
Okay, 2 things. The Highlands Market will be the second Sunday in June. Come up and see us. It's a beautiful drive, even if you don't buy anything. Come and see it. It's at Caleb Pike Heritage Park. Secondly, if you've ever driven to the ferry and wondered what's behind all those trains on the right, there's a complete village, heritage village, that's really worth exploring. It's free every day to go and look around. But there are special events as well when the trains are running and there's food and entertainment and booths and all kinds of stuff going on. That's the Father's Day weekend, which will be the 20th and 21st. It's not expensive. You pay by the carload, and it's loads of fun. If you want to ride the trains, get there really early because there are lineups for the trains. But there's so much else going on, music and entertainment and fun and food and all kinds of stuff.
It's called Heritage
It's called Heritage Acres. You turn on Island View, so there will be a sign at Island View, and there's a tractor there, and you go up.
You're connected to it.
Well, we volunteered out there, and we go and sell popcorn all day. So
I saw you there last week.
yeah.
Right on. Thank you, Karel. My mom also found out that you play at Riva in Sydney from time to
I
time.
play Riva twice a month, sometimes with Joey and sometimes solo. Yeah.
Twice a month, Karel appears at Sydney, at Riva, a restaurant in Sydney. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so you can just go onto their website and find out. I know Attila's also there, and yes, Joey Smith and some other jazz
Ashley
musicians.
and,
Ashley Way.
Yeah, Attila, Ashley, Maury Stearns, Jan Sterling.
Tons of
There are
people who I
7
don't
of us.
even know.
So,
Okay, fantastic.
3 nights a week.
All right, and I also want to draw people's attention to the stage, okay? Ed McLean, one of the longest standing VTC members, has built up this platform, and he's getting the flooring ready to finish up the flooring so that Kelby can finally be on the same level as all of the other musicians. And we have more room to bring in more musicians, because that's a plan that we're hatching for the summer, especially while Herman's is closed, right? Okay, fantastic. So thank you, Ed, for the stage. He might be watching online. And yeah, just so excited to keep bringing in more music to VTC. All right, time for some generosity, some giving. And so this is an opportunity to support this incredible, amazing community, to support the programming that we have. I am dropping in my tithe for today, because I'm dropping in a tithe because I feel inspired by this community. I'm not donating because this community needs money. I'm tithing because I feel inspired, and tithing is an investment in our communal growth and my personal spiritual evolution. We have run out of envelopes. They are ready. They just need to be picked up. So if you are putting in something you'd normally put in an envelope, just fill out one of these guys, fold it with your money, and then Mary will know who it belongs to. Write legibly. I'm including paper clips, so you can paper clip it, okay? And if you do use a credit card, write your name on the back so Mary knows who to credit as well, okay? So I'm going to hand out the abundance bowl. And as always, if you're not putting something physical in, spend a little moment and place an intention. Intention for more love, more abundance, more peace in our community and in our world. Thank you. And we'll have some music while that abundance bowl goes around.
We are united in love, one big family. And we have the power of love within. Let's close our eyes and just know, yes, I am that power of love. I breathe it in. I know it. It is that divine force within me. It is my truth, my lens to the world. I see through love. I act through love. I am love. Everything I do with love. For I am love, part of this big family of love. And as love, I become aware of something that I would like to transform now through my love. Something that I would like to grace, beautify, and have touched by my love. I see it through my eyes of love. I know it as it is touched now by my love. And it is done in my heart. It is done. It is done. I release it to the laws of the universe to carry out. And for this I give thanks, knowing it is so. And I am blessed in this wonderful family at Victoria Truth Center. And so it is.
Mr. Karel Roessingh on piano and Kelby MacNayr on drums. Totally improvised and spontaneous in the moment for us here on this day. And thank you, Reverend Blenda, for that beautiful spiritual mind treatment. Okay, well, this is it, and I apologize. We went over by about, it'll be 10 minutes by the time we're done. So made a note to myself. So I'm going to invite everyone who'd like to stand just to leave with a little bit of pep. We're going to sing Higher Frequency by Ginger Coyle. I invite you, pay attention to the lyrics, but don't feel like you have to sing them because there are a lot and the rhythms are kind of wonky. But the orange part will come in, and then that's your part, okay? I am love, I am light, I am inner peace, all that good stuff. And higher, higher, higher. All right. What's an E? Everybody's waiting on a revolution they've developed from an illusion. I think first it's gonna take a revelation, shift their minds and consciously awaken to the positivity human beings should be, full of love and light and inner peace. Vibrate to a higher frequency, higher, higher, higher. I was young, I looked for love in empty places, got myself into some situations. Now I've grown, I know my past does not define me, and all the love I could ever need is here inside me. Took so long for me to see it was waiting here for me. The love, the light, the inner peace. Vibrate to a higher frequency, higher, search of every explanation, but beware of your own appropriation. Take responsibility for your conditions and don't forget the power of your own volition. There is joy, there is pain. They are one and the same. It's a choice you choose to make. Vibrate to a higher frequency. All right, dance party and bless your neighbor for the week, unless you're coming to our healing circle. All right, come on back. We're going to be some love, light, inner peace. I am love. I am light. I am inner peace. You are love. You are light. You are inner peace. We are love. We are light. We are inner peace. Be the love. Be the light. Be the inner peace. Woo! Higher, 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 higher. One more time. Higher, higher, higher. Be the love, be the light, be the inner peace. Woo! Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Kelby. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Who was the greeter today? Winnie. Thank you, Bill, for setting up. And thank you, Blender, for the beautiful prayer. And thank you, everyone, for helping to put things away before we go downstairs for our healing circle. Thank you for being here in person, online. We love you. We appreciate you. We're so glad you're here. We will see you next week or in a couple of minutes. Gentlemen.